Good morning, students. In our first video based on reflection of light through plane surfaces, we discussed 10 the laws of refraction. In this video, we will discuss about refractive index. The refractive index of second medium with respect to the first medium is defined as the ratio of sine of angle of incidence in the first medium to the sine of angle of refraction in the second medium. Since refractive index is the ratio of two similar quantity, hence refractive index of a medium has no unit. We also can define the refractive index of a medium in terms of speed of light in different media. Now, the refractive index of a medium is defined as the ratio of speed of light in vacuum or air to the speed of light in the given medium. The refractive index of a medium with respect to vacuum or air is called absolute refractive index, or simply the refractive index of the medium. It is denoted by the symbol mu or n. We can define refractive index of a medium in terms of the ratio of speed of light in vacuum or air to the speed of light in the given medium. That is, refractive index is equals to C by V. Here C is the speed of light in vacuum or air and V is the speed of light in the given medium. Now the refractive index of a transparent medium is always greater than 1. It cannot be less than 1 because the speed of light in any medium is always less than that in the vacuum. That means V is always less than C. So we can say, in other words, C is greater than V. So C by V ratio greater than 1. So refractive index of a transparent medium is always greater than 1. The refractive index of diamond is 2.41. It simply means that the light travels in air 2.4 times faster than in the diamond. Means the speed of light in air is 2.4 times more than that in the diamond. See one numericals based on refractive index of a medium. The speed of light in air is given 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and in glass also it is given 2 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Therefore, we have to find refractive index of glass. We can write refractive index of glass is equals to speed of light in air or vacuum to the speed of light in the glass. That is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second divided by 2 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. 10 to the power 8 meter per second, 10 to the power 8 meter per second, you can see out it will be 3 by 2 or 1.5. The speed of light in water is 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So refractive index of water, if we want to find, we write speed of light in air in the numerator and speed of light in the water in denominator. After simplifying, we will get 4 by 3 or 1.33. Here you see in this chart the refractive index of few of the substances is given. In vacuum it is 1, air it is 1, exact value is 1.003, ice 1.31, water 1.33. You see in the list the highest refractive index diamond having and the least refractive index vacuum having. So we also can define refractive index of medium 2 with respect to 1 as speed of light in medium 1 to speed of light in medium 2. We also, if V1 is the speed of light in medium 1 and V2 is the speed of light in the medium 2, we can write 1 mu 2 is equals to V1 by V2 is equals to C by V2 divided by C by V1. C by V2 we can write mu 2 and C by V1 we can write as mu 1. So refractive index of medium 2 with respect to 1 we can write mu 2 by mu 1 is equals to V1 by V2 is also equals to lambda 1 by lambda 2. That we discuss later on. Here you see the refractive index of glass with respect to water. We have to find it out. That means speed of light in water divided by speed of light in glass. 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second divided by 2 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. On simplifying, we will get 1.125. If we want to find refractive index of water with respect to glass, we will write speed of light in glass in the numerator and speed of light in water in denominator. On simplifying, we will get 0.89 and so on. So if the refractive index of medium 1 and medium 2 are same, the speed of light will be in both the medium will be same. So array of light will passes from medium 1 to medium 2. See, condition for no change in direction or deviation of light rays on diffraction. A ray of light passes undeviated from medium 1 to medium 2 in either of the following two conditions. First number, when angle of incidence at the boundary of the two media is 0, that means ray of light strikes the surface normally, no reflection takes place. And second number, when both the medium has same refractive index. Now come to the factors on which the refractive index of a medium depends. First factor is the nature of the medium. Smaller the speed of light in a medium relative to air, higher is the refractive index of the medium. Since we know diamond has most refractive index, so speed of light will be least in diamond as we compare to the other medium. Second number condition is physical conditions such as temperature. With increase in temperature, the speed of light in a medium also increases. So refractive index of medium will decrease. Last number, color or wavelength of light. Since refractive index of violet color is more than that of the red color, so wavelength of light for red color is more than that of the violet light, so refractive index of medium decreases with increase in wavelength. Now come to the principle of reversibility of light. According to this principle, the path of a ray of light is reversible. If a ray of light passes from medium 1 to medium 2, suppose medium 1 is rarer medium, medium 2 is denser medium. So if a ray of light passes from medium 1 to medium 2, if the ray is bending towards the normal, now if the ray of light passes from medium 2 to medium 1, the ray will bend away from the normal. Suppose medium 2 is denser and medium 1 is rarer. Now the ray of light passes from denser to rarer medium, ray will bend away from the normal. So in which path the ray enters in the medium? If we do the reverse process, the ray will return back in the same path. There is no change in path when a ray of light passes from one medium to other. The path of the ray of light is always reversible. So if you want to find here 1 mu2, we can write mu2 by mu1 is equals to sin I by sin r is equals to v1 by v2. Now suppose as a ray of light passes from medium 2 to medium 1. In this case, you see what will happen. Refractive index of medium 1 with respect to 2 is equals to, it will be mu1 by mu2 is equals to sin I r by sin I is equals to v2 by v1. If we will multiply these two, we will get result as 1, means 1 mu2 into 2 mu1 is equals to 1, or we can, other word you can say 2 mu1 is equals to 1 by 1 mu2, or 1 mu2 is equals to 1 by 2 mu1. If refractive index of glass with respect to air is 3 by 2, if we will do the reverse, refractive index of air with respect to glass will be 2 by 3 and so on. Now this experimental verification of laws of refraction and determination of refractive index, this is practical part that we discuss later on in the lab. Now come to the next topic. How does refraction of light takes place through a rectangular glass block? You see this PQRS is a rectangular glass block. Ray of light striking the upper surface, that is PQ of the glass slab. So here you see AO is the incident ray. Now the ray of light as it enters into the glass, ray will bend towards the normal because air is rarer medium, glass is denser medium. So as the ray of light passes from rarer medium to denser medium, ray will bend towards the normal. So this OB is the refracted ray here, and finally the ray of light, now it will pass from glass to air, again the ray will bend away from the normal, so the ray will emerges out as BC. So here AO is the incident ray, OB is the refracted ray, and BC is the emergent ray. We draw two normal MN and M1N1 on the two surfaces. So this angle is called angle of incidence, angle made by the normal and the incident ray. Angle made by the normal and the refracted ray, that is your angle of refraction, and angle made by the emergent ray and the normal is called angle of emergence. So when a ray of light passes through a rectangular or parallel sided glass slab, I and E, angle of incidence and angle of emergence will be same. The two angle of refraction on the two surfaces will also be same. Now if you will produce this incident rays backward, okay, this AO we simply produces this backward, it reaches to D, okay, via Y. So we get a parallel line BC, which is parallel line, that is BC parallel to, we can say, AD. So this perpendicular distance between these two, the emergent ray and the incident ray produced backward, that is called lateral displacement. You see the path of incident ray, the perpendicular distance xy between the path OD, the emergent ray BC, and the direction of incidence is OD is called lateral displacement. Means the whatever the emergent ray is there and we produces incident ray backward. Okay, we get to parallel line. The perpendicular distance between these two lines is called lateral displacement. This lateral displacement depends on few factors: thickness of the glass block. More the thickness of the glass block, more will be the lateral displacement. Angle of incidence. On increasing angle of incidence, the lateral displacement of a medium also increases. And last number, refractive index of the glass. If refractive index of the glass will be more, the lateral displacement will also be more. So as we know that in case of glass, water and diamond, diamond has most refractive index, so lateral displacement of diamond is more than that of the glass. Last number, you see color or wavelength of light. Says violet color has less wavelength than that of the red color, so refractive index of violet color is more than that of the red color, so red color has less lateral displacement as we compare to violet color. So lateral displacement is more for violet color than for the red light. So this is the end of 4A exercise. This multiple images in a thick plane mirror is out of your portion. This here not included. So next class we will discuss the next exercise and the numericals. Thank you.